Hey Pisces, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, go ahead and check your other major placements, which are, major placements are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Although I don't know if I really feel that Venus is a major placement. I guess there's room for debate on all of that, but particularly the Venus being your major placement. Could be. All right. And I have new decks. Not that I hated the old ones, I just got very excited about some new decks coming in. We've got Botanical Inspirations, which are gonna give us an idea maybe for some of the energies that we have coming in here. These cards are based on a Victorian idea that flowers had their own interpretations and meanings. I believe I watched a murder mystery once in which this concept helps solve a murder. Crocus. Oh, lovely. Cheerfulness. It is spring again. The earth is like a child that knows poems by heart. Rilke. Okay, this is the first flower of spring, at least where I live. This is the very first one. It's also related to saffron. And yeah, that crocus just comes up right away. It's the first thing. So you might have a new beginning here, a new beginning in your life coming in. It says cheerfulness, so there could be something happy going on, a happy new spring coming in here, maybe a happy new beginning of some kind. Work, relationships, something like that. Okay, and then we're moving on to the Golden Tarot for our tarot reading. And the Golden Tarot is new to me, but I love it already. And it is collages made from Renaissance and medieval art. So, all right, Pisces. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Okay, in your recent past, you have Temperance. Oh, this is a nice card. Here's your recent past, Temperance. This is sort of the blending of things, getting used to an idea. You know, at first things start out really extreme, really separate. She's the bartender, the angelic bartender of the deck. And I love this. This is her boss looking over her shoulder, telling her what to do. And she's been bartending for a long time here, so she knows what she's doing. I'm sure that that is meant to be like a blessing from God or something like that. There is like, temperance is usually interpreted as some sort of divine timing situation, needing patience to sort of smooth out some rough edges. So we're making things more palatable, easier to deal with. So we might have had some strong feelings and emotions, and we're integrating them, we're getting used to them. So integrating a new idea, integrating a new feeling, new emotions. She's the bartender in that she's got her simple syrups and her bitters, and she's mixing them and to make them more palatable, make them drinkable. No one's drinking either of those things separately, but blended together. We can. So this is blending. It takes time. It takes energy. It takes effort. So there is something usually about divine timing with this card. And just the time it takes to adjust to something, to get used to something, to integrate something into your life. It can also be negotiations, compromises. Yeah, we're blending things together. This isn't the two of coins or the two of pentacles where we've got two distinct things that don't blend, that have to be juggled. So she's not juggling, she's blending back and forth, moving back and forth, making something more palatable, easier to handle, easier to deal with. So, you know, we've got our deserts here and our water here, and we're bringing them together to make something where things can grow and thrive. So bringing some balance, bringing some blending. So that's in your recent past, is that Temperance card. In your present situation, you have Six of Wands. You have some kind of victory. This is parade. This is you are victorious. You accomplished something, achieved something, and everybody's very happy for you. Your community is very happy for you. This is good. Something good. Something you succeeded in something. and are receiving praise and acclaim for that thing, which is, it's good. I just want to address the idea that, some people have this idea that we shouldn't be wanting this acclaim or this praise, or, but we live in community with each other, and our behaviors affect each other, and the survival of our species is dependent on being in community with each other. So having our approval of our community, although we don't want to seek that and forsake ourselves for that approval, it is something that we all crave. It's very natural to crave. It is part of, it makes us feel safe in a way, because our community won't be abandoning us or kicking us out, which in our human history would have meant some sort of death. So we like we do covet the praise of our community in a certain extent, on a very basic survival level. So anyway, you've succeeded in something, and everyone was very happy for you. Well, maybe not everybody, but most everybody was really happy for you. Your success was your community's success, your group's success. It was very public. Very exciting. So in your hopes and fears column, and maybe a little bit of both, or what you're thinking about is this Eight of Wands. You're thinking about communication. Is this you communicating or you receiving communication? This is some fast moving communication. Could be actually physical movement, as far as like going somewhere or doing something. But this is typically communication, this Eight of Wands. You might be thinking about reaching out to someone, communicating with someone, or you might be hoping that they'll communicate with you, or a little bit of both. But this is also your fears column. So you might be afraid of hearing from somebody, or afraid of, I'm developing in the fear of too much communication, too many text messages. Communication, talking, messages, being worried about them. You might be worried about a miscommunication, or missing messages or something like that. So in your hopes and fears, you have ideas about communication. And when that card comes up, I always do want to warn people to do check your mail. Make sure you've opened it, and make sure you haven't left any of your emails go by the wayside. Just double check on all your communications. Make sure you understood things correctly and clearly and took care of what you needed to take care of. But this is in your hopes and fears, so maybe a little bit of both. I think we all have communications we're hoping for, and all have communications that we're worried about. So, but that's what's on your mind. That's weighing on you. What's at issue here is this Ten of Coins. So Ten of Coins would be prosper, but we take it in the reverse. So just a warning. I'm going to talk about the upright, but we actually take it in the reverse. So this is, I don't want to get you all hyped up and happy and excited about this possibility and then yank the rug out from underneath you. So here we have the Ten of Coins here. So in the upright, it would be prosperous, abundance for everybody, your whole family, your whole group, your whole tribe that was very happy for you over here. And being very happy for you, enough to feed a family of several generations, just having 10 of coins, right? Coins, work, money, physical world, real world successes. So that's not coming in. We're expecting some money. It can also be an inheritance card. So you were expecting some money, expecting a bonus, expecting a raise or a new job with higher pay or something like that. You were expecting something to come in that would be financially or professionally or just physically very satisfying, and it hasn't arrived yet. Or it's just not coming in. You were hoping for it. And it could relate to this communication here, that you were hoping to hear about this already. You were hoping to get going on something already. So some sort of like completion or monetary reward or something like that, or a job just hasn't materialized and hasn't come in. So that's being frustrating for you, which is interesting because now I'm really curious what the Six of Wands is about. Maybe you've gotten the accolades, but not necessarily the money to go with the accolades or So the job just isn't getting off the ground yet. The inheritance hasn't come through. The bonus isn't showing up. Something like that. Something having to do with that money just isn't showing up, isn't what you expected, isn't what you were hoping for. In your environment, you have the Strength card. This is a funny card to have in your environment, I think, because it's so internal. It's so internal, that need for strength and patience. Those are very internal things, but there's something external here that is probably demanding your strength. Something very strong. It's very fascinating. I mean, the strength in your environment. Someone around you is having to have a lot of strength, maybe, is having to remain strong, to remain loyal. There's some sort of idea here, and it's taking a lot of patience. So somebody in your environment is having a lot of patience, or just your environment itself requires the strength, but then the strength is, we're just going to take it as something in your environment is requiring you to have a lot of strength and a lot of patience and working a long time. I mean, how do you get a lion to sit in your lap? It's a lot of work, right? It takes a long time to develop the trust and the rapport with that lion, to tame that lion. So there's something that's requiring almost an eternal amount of strength here, and patience. So your to-do list is 10 of Wands. Here's your to-do list. 10 of Wands is ending a burdensome situation. So it's the last card in the Wands situation, and it's the end of it. You've hit the wall. See? You're at the wall here. And it's time for you to put it down. See? This is where we put our burdens down. So you've arrived at the place where it's time to put these burdens down. A lot of these burdens weren't yours. There were other people's expectations, other people's ideas, what other people wanted to do. It was the world around you, the labels, the demands of your job, your work, your relationships, whatever, something. So we're always discovering that we've been carrying burdens that weren't ours to carry. So, but this is pointing out that at this point, this is what you need to do. There's some sort of burden here that you've been carrying. It's been very heavy. You've worked very hard for this. And it hasn't really been yours, though. I mean, that's the thing about the 10 of Wands. Maybe one or two of these wands were your burden to carry, but the rest of them people gave to you, and you just kind of were like, okay, yeah, I can do that. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Okay, I can do that. And now you've come to the end of the line. It's been a long, difficult journey, and it's time to stop. It's time to put it down. You've arrived at the place, you've delivered it, you've completed the task, you've completed the journey, and it's time to put the burden down. It's time to end that. So 10 of Wands is about an ending. I think you were expecting a reward here that didn't come in, and the reward may just be not having to carry this shit anymore. Those other people's expectations, burdens, and labels. So that's your job. Put that burden down. Let it go. I mean, that's easier said than done, right? I honestly hate that phrase, let it go. It's just like, as if it's like that. I mean, it kind of is in the end, but there's a lot that goes into this, right? So yeah, putting it down, ending a heavy period of time. And then where you're going is the Star card. So you put that burden down, you end up exactly where you need to be. This Star card is sort of encouragement from the universe that you are in the flow. You're exactly where you need to be. It could also be more of this. It's the card. Star card is also wish fulfillment, something you want coming in. And it can also be publicity and notoriety. You know, here you're having this this success right here, but this could also be having a new success or a continued success. So the Star card, to me, it just more feels like you're right. You're exactly where you need to be. You're right in the flow of things. this putting down the burden is going to free you up for other things to come in, things that you really want, things that you're wishing for. Oh, I like sort of the symmetry here. We start out with the temperance here, right? This mixing of these cups, and then we end up with not just cups in the star card, but we have whole pitchers here that we're carrying now. So putting down this burden somehow frees you up to take on new things that are better for you, better suited for you, and yeah, just better for you. They're your things. They're your path. It's more in line with what you're here to do. So heading towards the star card. And we're cheerfully heading towards the star card. But it is a new beginning, and so, but we've got this ending card of 10 of Wands. And so this first thing of spring, I think we're starting something new here. But first we're ending this old thing, or it's usually all kind of mixed together, the beginnings and the endings. I always talk about it as a threshold moment, but oftentimes there's not a clear threshold. It's just kind of like a hallway maybe, where we're both sort of in the new place and out of the old place kind of thing. So I think the star card though brings in a new beginning and a lot of happiness. So there is a lot of happiness coming in here. And I think that's what this temperance card here is talking about too, is a bit of that hallway between two states of being where they kind of meet and they kind of mingle and adjust to each other. So, all right, Pisces, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes and your comments and your subscribes. Very much appreciate them. And I hope you like my new cards and the readings that they produce, because it is sort of this, it is really interesting because it is a collaborative process between me and the cards, and between you and I, as we're both working with our intuition, and you're sorting through and sifting through what I'm saying and imagining what it's applying to, and I'm sifting through these cards. So the readings are going to be different with different decks that I use, and I guess that makes me a little nervous, but anyway, also very excited. So I hope you have a great week, Pisces.